This is the video lesson for 8.10b. Your objective today is to differentiate between transformations that preserve congruence and those that do not. Now, let me explain what all of this means. Differentiate means know the difference. Know the difference, okay, between transformations, and we know what the four types of transformations are. So let's take some notes over here. Let's just kind of give ourselves some space for some notes. The four types of transformations we have are reflection, rotation, translation, and dilation. And remember, a reflection is a flip or a mirror image. A rotation is a turn. A translation is a slide. And a dilation is where we enlarge or shrink a figure. So, there's only one simple thing that you need to know for this assignment, and that is that reflections, rotations, and translations all preserve congruence. So these stay congruent. So what it means to preserve congruence is to, when I reflect it, rotate it, or translate an image, it's going to stay the same size. So congruent means same size and, of course, the same shape. A dilation, on the other hand, dilations are the only transformations that are not always congruent. That's all you need to know for today. Reflections, rotations, and translations. The image stays the same size. It is congruent to the original image, but a dilation is not always congruent to the original image. In fact, normally it's not. Okay, so number 1 says, which of the following transformations produces a figure that is similar but not congruent to the original figure? So again, not congruent to the original figure. And this is such a weird way for them to write this question anyway. So they've given us 3 answers here, and then A says response 1, which would be this. Response 2 is this. Response 3 is this. And we don't even have a response 4, so don't choose that one. So is it a rotation, a translation, or a dilation? We already know that a dilation is the only type of transformation that is not congruent to the original figure. So C, which is this one, would be our dilation. That is our answer. On your own, I'd like for you to do number 2 and number 3. On number 3, I'd like for you to take this a step further and figure out what type of transformation is each one of these, and then decide which one does not always have congruent properties. Once you've completed 2 and 3, please bring them to me for a stamp, and then you can unpause the video to go on to number 4. Okay, number 4 says, if the triangle is translated up 2 units, what will be the new area? So we're going to stop here for just a second before we even look at these answer choices. Let's think about this. If I translate it 2 units up, that means that this is M prime, This is K prime, and this is L prime. So we connect those. Here is the new triangle. Has our area changed at all? Nothing has changed. When we translate something, the area does not change. So translation equals the same size. It is congruent. So this is just a trick question. Okay, it's not going to be twice the size because the height is not being increased. The height is the same. The width is not being increased. The height and width are not both being increased. So J is our answer. It will not change. The area will not change because translations observe the property of congruence. In other words, translations keep the shape the same size as the original shape. In just a minute, I'd like for you to pause the video and do numbers 5, 7, and 6 on your own. I do want to point out one thing that you're going to need to know for number 6. So let's kind of scoot over there and take a couple other quick pieces of notes. If we have a scale factor, so if we're dilating a figure, and we have a dilation, if the scale factor is, let's say, 5/2, then that means it's getting bigger. Okay, because 5/2 is more than 1. That would actually be like 2.5 as the scale factor. However, if the scale factor is 2/5, that's less than 1. So this shape would be getting smaller. So that's all I need to really tell you. I'm going to let you use that information to help you with number 6. So please do numbers 5, 7, and 6. Feel free to bring them to me in between each question for a stamp, or if you'd like to do all 3 of those and then bring it to me for your stamps, that's fine. And then I should also be able to get your grade for 8.10B.